Oh my God, you are not going to believe what just went down with Prince Harry. Like, this might actually be the most humiliating moment of his entire public life. No exaggeration.
Prince Harry is following in the footsteps of his late mother, Princess Diana, attending a charity event for the Halo Trust, an organisation that clears explosives left behind by conflicts. Diana brought international attention to the group in 1997 after walking through a cleared minefield.
So here's the tea. A massive $40 million charity fund that Harry claimed would support this big philanthropic thing in memory of Princess Diana, blocked, completely shut down. And guess who did it? The UK government. Ouch. And let's be real, this wasn't just about the money. No, this was a full-on slap to the face. A brutal, public takedown that screams, "We don't buy it anymore, Harry." It's like the final nail in the coffin for whatever credibility he had left as a humanitarian figure. Insiders over at the UK's Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, aka DCMS, confirmed it. This wasn't some random hiccup. This was deliberate.
Carrying on her legacy is a responsibility that I take incredibly seriously. And I think we all know how much she'd want us to finish this particular job.
A survey by the Angolan government in 2014 found that 88,000 people were living with injuries.
And why did they say no to Harry's plan? Oh, you're gonna love this. Because of governance, transparency, and wait for it, concerns he might be using Diana's name more for himself than the actual cause. I mean, are we shocked? Not really. The UK government reportedly saw Harry's pitch not as this noble tribute to his late mother, but as, get this, a vanity project dressed up in royal nostalgia. It's almost tragic. Here's a man who's been trying so hard to be seen as the second coming of Diana, her spiritual heir, and now this whole thing just blows that image apart. Behind the scenes, Harry is losing it, like totally seething. Sources say he was not just stunned by the rejection, but felt publicly humiliated. Because, yeah, this was loud and clear. The original idea? Supposedly a foundation for youth mental health, resilience, social justice, you know, all the themes Diana championed. Sounds beautiful, right? But dig a little deeper and things get murky. Government officials didn't like what they saw. They flagged Harry's desire for full control, creative and financial, little oversight, total brand authority. Basically, he wanted to run the show top to bottom and use Diana's name as the glossy wrapper. So instead of collaboration, it looked like Harry was trying to build, well, his own empire. It was all about him, his face, his voice, his decisions, and that just didn't sit right. Regulators were like, nope, absolutely not. So they shut the door hard.
Levels of illegal immigration, where we're seeing people coming across the channel. The government is trying to claim that they're doing everything they can to stop people coming across the channel. I've got an exclusive on my show tonight, 9 to 11 p.m. UK time, which proves that there are more people waiting.
And let's be crystal clear, that $40 million, it wasn't just lying around collecting dust. It was locked into a formal fund managed by independent boards, subject to serious audits, like real checks and balances. But here's the kicker. Harry thought his name alone would open the vault. Seriously? That's where he messed up. His team submitted a proposal that, according to reports, leaned heavily on royal sentiment and emotional pull, but totally flopped when it came to hard strategy and real structure. One reviewer didn't even hold back. They said, "This is not a coronation. It's a grant. We need plans, not palace talk." Burn. And it's not just this one incident. Critics have been warning for a while that Harry walks a fine line between honoring Diana's memory and exploiting it. Now, it's not a warning anymore. It's happening. Full blast.
Yesterday, signed a new deal that said the Rwandan government promises to have an international scrutiny committee in their country and a rights to appeal, so there will be no human rights violations. A sovereign nation has agreed for money to have an international...
Using Diana's legacy to back shady or vague ventures? People are over it. The government apparently even talked with stakeholders from the Diana Award Foundation, people who've been safeguarding her legacy for years. And while they didn't oppose Harry publicly, behind closed doors, oh, they had serious doubts. They felt like Harry and Meghan were turning grief into branding. Diana's memory is sacred, and guess what? No one trusts Harry to protect it anymore. And don't even get us started on his Archwell Foundation. That thing has already been roasted for having bloated staff salaries, not doing much, and focusing more on PR than actual purpose. It's like every single charitable thing Harry touches comes with a red carpet, a Netflix camera, or a magazine spread. Honestly, it's all starting to look like a publicity machine, not a mission. And this whole $40 million drama, that's when it finally hit officials and donors. They were like, well, wait a minute. He's not building a cause, he's building a brand with his face right at the center, even if it costs him actual impact.
Claim that Rwanda is not a safe country and that it is our duty to keep these people. The other big problem, though, of course, is legal migration. Net around 675,000 a year. When the government was voted in, they wanted to get it below about 100.
And here's why this is such a big deal. This isn't just another scandal. This is official. For the first time ever, the UK government basically stood up and said, we're not playing this game anymore. For years, Harry's gotten by on public sympathy, royal nostalgia, and slick PR. He's spun every project into a feel-good, look-at-me narrative. But now, the government is done. They drew the line. No more giving millions in taxpayer-backed funds for someone's self-managed PR circus, no matter who his mother was. One DCMS spokesperson even said, off the record, of course, we have no issue with Prince Harry supporting good causes, but if he wants $40 million in public money, he's got to follow the rules like everyone else. A royal title doesn't give you a free pass. Honestly, they're not wrong. He could have done something amazing with the right team, a clear, honest vision, and most importantly, a little humility.
Where are the women? Where are the children? I mean, it's just extraordinary. You're being taken for a ride. If they want to come, if they really are fear of their safety, what does it matter if they're in Rwanda? At least they're safe. I mean, seriously, Patrick, what is this blindness in your country, as there was in ours, to what's really going on?
He could have truly honored Diana's name, could have built something that made a real difference. But what did we get instead? A massive cautionary tale, one of royal ego, financial overreach, and using your own mother's memory as leverage. This wasn't just a missed opportunity, it was a very public unraveling of the image Harry has spent years building, that of a compassionate global figure molded in Diana's memory. That image, it's crumbling. And let's be honest, Harry hasn't lived up to the myth. Not even close. And now even the UK government agrees. This wasn't some random rejection buried in red tape. It was a direct choice. Regulators saw what was really happening. They looked at this charity and said, no, not like this. Because guess what? The lines were blurred, way too blurred, between what was supposed to be charitable and what was clearly branding.
Club. And it turns out that these people are being given free accommodation and then working in what's called the black economy. So car washes or working as Deliveroo drivers or Uber Eats or one of those things. Yeah. And they're making a load of money there. The problem is for people is that they've just got a blind spot when it comes to the security threat.
So here's the simple truth. When regulators dug into this project, it didn't scream charity, it screamed personal brand vehicle. People close to the situation said it felt more like a glossy PR move than a genuine mission. And honestly, this isn't Harry's first rodeo in getting side-eyed over his charitable work. His Archwell Foundation? Yeah, remember that? All those headlines, promises, big declarations, and then not much to show for it. Public records even showed that the actual charitable spending was low, very low, compared to the millions poured into staff, media teams, and, wait for it, PR crisis management. You seriously can't make this stuff up, a scandal that no amount of royal gloss can cover. Royal historian Dr. Theodore Marsh didn't hold back. He flat out said, Princess Diana was a figure of service. Prince Harry has turned her image into a marketing tool. And honestly, that's devastating. But he's not alone in thinking that. Go check social media, public forums. The disillusionment is spreading fast. The people who used to cheer Harry on, now they feel played. And they're asking the hard question, was this ever about Diana or was it always just about Harry? That's a gut punch. And the backlash? It's even reaching Diana's inner circle, people who knew her. Some of her former allies are actually relieved that the project was blocked. One insider, someone who worked with her during her iconic landmine campaign, apparently said, Diana didn't chase deals or drama. She helped people quietly. She didn't trademark her tears. Wow, they're saying Harry's lost the essence of who Diana was, that he's taken that compassion, that humility, and traded it for spotlights and contracts. And now even her legacy is at risk of becoming just a casualty. All of this? It's not just a story about a rejected grant. It's a story about trust, ego, and a prince who might have flown too close to the royal spotlight and forgot who the light was actually supposed to shine on. And now the world is watching. The man once hailed as the emotional heartbeat of the royal family is being viewed with suspicion, and not just by critics or tabloids, but by government officials, by watchdogs, by the very people who once trusted him to carry the flame of his mother's compassion. And the real tragedy? It didn't have to end this way. If Harry had walked a different path, if he'd built that charity with purpose, with openness, with a team bigger than his ego, it could have been something beautiful, monumental even. He had the chance to bring Diana's work into a new era, to take all the love people still hold for her and turn it into action, real, lasting action. But instead, he built a brand, and brands are for sale. What this whole mess has exposed is a deep, painful truth. Diana's memory isn't being honored anymore. It's being monetized. Every interview, every project, every headline that screams her name is a marketing lever now. And when that becomes obvious, even to your own government, you know you've lost more than just public funding. You've lost trust. And trust, that's the one thing Diana had in spades. The world trusted her because she didn't need to be seen. She just needed to help. Quietly, humbly, genuinely. Compare that to Harry now, flashing lights, PR handlers, memoirs, brand deals, and behind the scenes, a blocked $40 million project that could have changed lives, now gathering dust because the prince couldn't separate his image from the mission. Let's be honest here. People aren't mad that Harry tried to do something in Diana's name. They're mad that he tried to do it his way, unchecked, unaccountable, and with himself at the center of it all. And now, he's not just out $40 million. He's out of credibility, out of chances. Credibility, out of chances.